Welcome back to The Past Was a Blast. Today we're tracing the wild and domestic cat's paw prints through time, exploring how these fascinating felines have left their literal and figurative marks on our world. From ancient legends and mystical superstitions to pop culture icons and cherished companions. Whether you're a cat enthusiast or just curious about their mysterious ways, this episode is perfectly crafted for you. Ready to let the cat out of the bag? Let's go! Let's rewind 10,000 to 12,000 years to the Fertile Crescent, where the story of the domestic cat truly begins. The Fertile Crescent is a rich crescent-shaped region in the Middle East, stretching from the Nile Valley through Mesopotamia, where humans first developed agriculture and settled into villages, creating the perfect environment for wildcats to begin their journey towards domestication alongside people. This ancient land is often called the cradle of civilization because it's where some of humanity's earliest cities and cultures emerged. As humans settled down to farm, stored grain attracted rodents, and wildcats soon followed, drawn by the promise of easy prey. Over time, these wildcats grew comfortable around people, gradually evolving into the domestic cats we know today. It was a win-win. Humans gained natural pest control, while cats enjoyed a steady food supply. The oldest evidence of this ancient alliance comes from Cyprus, where a person and a cat were laid to rest together. Since cats aren't native to Cyprus, they must have been intentionally brought there by early seafarers, proof that people already valued cats as companions and protectors. But this wasn't a one-time event. Early cat/human relationships developed independently in several regions, including the Middle East, Egypt, and China, showing just how adaptable cats are. As civilizations grew and trade routes like the Silk Road expanded, cats traveled with people across continents. Archaeological finds in Central Asia and Kazakhstan reveal cats thriving in far-off urban settlements, reflecting their growing value as societies urbanized. By the medieval era, cats were established companions everywhere from the Mediterranean to East Asia, often traveling as ship's mousers and settling wherever people went. In ancient Egypt, cats achieved superstar status. They were worshipped, mummified, and even adorned in gold jewelry. Harming a cat was a serious crime. But Egypt wasn't alone in its love for felines. In Japan, the bobtail cat became a symbol of luck, inspiring the famous Muneneki Neko figurine. In Thailand, Siamese cats were treasured by royalty and featured as temple guardians. Meanwhile, in Europe, cats were sometimes seen as magical protectors. But during the Middle Ages, sadly, superstition led to widespread fear and persecution. In the Islamic world, cats were admired for their cleanliness and beloved by the Prophet Muhammad, becoming cherished companions along trade routes. Genetic studies confirm that all modern domestic cats descend from the African/Near Eastern wildcat, a species naturally less aggressive and more tolerant of humans. Early domestication focused on these sociable traits, while distinctive breeds and fancy coats only began to appear in the 19th century with selective breeding. From ancient temples to bustling cities, cats have adapted alongside us, not just as pets, but as sacred animals, practical pest controllers, and remarkable survivors. Their journey from wild hunter to household icon is one of history's great partnerships, inspiring myths, legends, and a deep sense of wonder across cultures worldwide. Let's talk about some of the world's most legendary cat breeds, each with its own fascinating backstory and personality. Egyptian Mau. A living link to ancient Egypt, the Egyptian Mau is one of the few naturally spotted domestic cats. Known for their speed, up to 30 miles per hour, athleticism, and striking green eyes, Mouse have a unique flap of skin on their hind legs that help them stretch out when running. Their scarab forehead marking and loyal dog-like personalities make them unforgettable. They'll greet you at the door and follow you around the house. Mouse are rare and elegant, with a longer gestation period than most cats, 73 days instead of the usual 64 to 67. Siamese. Sleek, vocal, and mysterious, Siamese cats hail from Thailand, formerly Siam, where they were once royal temple guardians. With their striking blue eyes, pointed coloration, and chatty personalities, Siamese cats love to talk and form strong bonds with their humans. Their appearance in ancient manuscripts and folklore cements their status as one of the world's most iconic breeds. Japanese bobtail. Known for their adorable pom-pom tails, Japanese bobtails are symbols of luck and prosperity in Japan. They've inspired the famous Muneki Neko figurine and are playful, outgoing, and loving part of family life. Manx. The tailless Manx from the Isle of Man is surrounded by legend. Some say they lost their tails escaping Noah's Ark. With powerful hindquarters and a rabbit-like hop, Manx cats are friendly, loyal, and often act more like dogs than cats. Norwegian forest cat. Built for Viking adventures, the Norwegian forest cat sports a thick, water-repellent coat, bushy tail, and tufted ears. Adapted for harsh Scandinavian winters, they're strong climbers and playful companions, taking 4 to 5 years to reach full size. British Shorthair. The British Shorthair is the teddy bear of the cat world. Round face, plush blue-gray coat, and sturdy build. Originally bred for rodent control, these calm, affectionate cats are famously easygoing and grow slowly, reaching full maturity at 3 to 5 years old. Abyssinian. With a ticked, wild-looking coat and boundless energy, the Abyssinian is one of the oldest known breeds, possibly tracing back to ancient Ethiopia or Egypt. Intelligent and curious, Abbeys love to climb and explore, making them favorites among active cat lovers. Today, the Cat Fanciers Association recognizes 45 breeds, while the International Cat Association lists 73. Despite this variety, cat breeds share much of the same genetic makeup because they were primarily bred for companionship and pest control, not for specialized tasks like dogs. Whether you have a regal Mau or a playful bobtail, your cat's wild roots and adaptable nature are never far beneath the surface. Now let's get into what makes cats truly extraordinary, their amazing habits and superpowers that have helped them thrive for millions of years. Super hearing. Cats have some of the sharpest ears in the animal kingdom, detecting ultrasonic sounds up to around 79 kilohertz, far beyond what humans or even dogs can hear. Their ears swivel like satellite dishes, letting them pinpoint the tiniest squeaks of mice or flutter of bird wings, even in total darkness. Riding reflex. Ever hear the saying, cats always land on their feet? Thanks to a super flexible spine and a finely tuned inner ear, cats can twist mid-air to land safely, even from surprising heights. This riding reflex develops when kittens are just a few weeks old and has saved many a curious cat from disaster. Night vision. Cats are ultimate dawn and dusk hunters. Their eyes have a special layer called the tabetum lucidum, which bounces light back through the retina and gives them that eerie nighttime glow. This adaptation lets them see in light levels 6 times lower than humans, making them masters of the twilight hunt. Sleeping with one eye open. Cats are champions of the cat nap. They can doze with heads up or eyes half open, always ready to snap awake at the slightest sound, a habit from their wild ancestors. Cats spend up to 16 hours a day sleeping, but they're never truly off duty. Predator's readiness. Even when they look relaxed, cats are always ready to spring into action. Their powerful muscles, lightning-fast reflexes, and sharp eyesight mean they can go from 0 to zoomies in a split second, whether it's to pounce on a toy, a bug, or your unsuspecting toes. Whisker sensitivity. A cat's whiskers are more than just adorable, they're finely tuned sensors. Whiskers detect subtle changes in air currents, helping cats navigate in the dark or judge if they can squeeze through a tight spot. You can say they're built-in radar. Unique communication. Here's a fun fact. Adult cats rarely meow to each other. They've developed a language of meows, trills, and purrs, just for communicating with humans. Each cat's vocabulary is unique, and attentive owners can learn to tell a feed me meow from a welcome home chirp. Cats also often make a distinctive chattering or clicking sound when watching birds or other prey, thought to express excitement or frustration and possibly mimic prey noises to lure them closer. Territorial instincts. Cats are natural territorial creatures. They use scent glands in their cheeks, paws, and tails to mark their space. Scratching isn't just about sharpening claws. It's a way to leave a scent signature for other cats to read. Ancient ancestry. All these super skills come from an ancient lineage. Cats can trace their family tree back to Prolurus, the first feline-like mammal, which prowled the earth about 30 million years ago. The basic feline blueprint, sharp fangs, retractable claws, flexible spine, and stealthy agility has barely changed. No wonder cats are one of nature's most successful and beloved designs. So whether your cat is napping, hunting, or just showing off their whiskers, remember, you're living with a finely tuned ancient predator, one that's perfectly adapted for both the wild and your living room. Time to separate fact from feline fiction. Cats have inspired countless legends and superstitions, but let's see what's true and what's just tall tales. 9 lives. We've all heard that cats have 9 lives. While their agility and quick reflexes help them survive some close calls, cats only get 1 life, just like us. This myth likely comes from their uncanny ability to escape danger, but they're not invincible. Always keep windows and balconies cats safe. Witchcraft, superstition, and black cats. In medieval Europe, cats, especially black ones, were linked to witchcraft and evil spirits, leading to fear and mass killings. Ironically, this may have worsened the plague by letting rat populations thrive. While black cats have a spooky reputation in many Western cultures, in places like Japan, Scotland, and Ireland, they're seen as symbols of good luck. So if a black cat crosses your path, consider yourself lucky. Cats always land on their feet. Cats are famous for their riding reflex, which helps them twist midair and land on their feet most of the time. But it's not foolproof. Short falls can be dangerous, and high places can still cause injury. Their skills are impressive, but they're not superheroes. Cats hate water. Some cats avoid water, but not all. Breeds like the Turkish Van are known as swimming cats and actually enjoy a dip. Many cats simply dislike getting wet because their fur doesn't dry quickly, but some will play with running water or even join you in the shower. Cats are aloof. The stereotype of cold, independent cat is way off base. Many cats form strong bonds with their humans, showing affection through purring, headbutting, following you around, and even bringing you gifts. Some breeds, like the Maine Coon and Ragdoll, are especially known for their dog-like loyalty and playfulness. Purring means happiness. Purring is often a sign of contentment, but it's not always a happy sound. Cats also purr when stressed, in pain, or frightened. It's a self-soothing behavior. If your cat is purring in a new or stressful situation, check in and make sure they're okay. Cats are nocturnal. It might seem like your cat is up all night, but cats are actually crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. This comes from their wild ancestors who hunted when prey was plentiful and predators were less active. Pregnant women can't live with cats. This myth comes from concerns about toxoplasmosis, a parasite that can be found in cat litter. But with proper hygiene, like wearing gloves while cleaning the box and washing hands afterward, pregnant women can safely live with cats. There's no need to rehome your feline friend if you're expecting. Bonus fun fact: self-domestication. Unlike dogs who were actively domesticated by humans, cats likely domesticated themselves. They chose to live near early human settlements for easy food, gradually becoming the companions we know today. In other words, cats have always done things on their own terms. Throughout history, cats have inspired a mix of admiration and superstition, seen both as protectors and omens. They have influenced culture and everyday life, from clever inventions to beloved trends that continue to shape how we live with our feline friends. Cat flaps. The idea of small doors letting cats come and go freely dates back centuries. Geoffrey Chaucer even mentioned holes for cats in the Canterbury Tales from the late 1300s. The first deliberate cat flaps are credited to Duke Ercole d'Este of Ferrara, Italy in the late 15th century, while a popular legend attributes the invention to Sir Isaac Newton in the 17th century. Regardless, cat flaps became widespread in the 20th century and remain a staple convenience for cat owners worldwide. Commercial cat food. While commercial pet food began in the 1860s, cat-specific products emerged later. By the 1930s, companies marketed recipes for cats focusing on digestibility and coat health. Canned cat food gained popularity during the Great Depression, with dry kibble arriving in the 1960s, revolutionizing cat feeding and fueling today's vast industry. Kitty litter. Invented accidentally in 1947 by Edward Lowe, kitty litter revolutionized indoor cat care. When Lowe's neighbor asked for sand to replace her cat's frozen outdoor sandbox, he offered her a bag of kiln-dry clay called Fuller's Earth instead. Its superior moisture absorption and odor control quickly caught on. Lowe packaged and marketed as kitty litter, creating an entirely new industry that made indoor cat ownership cleaner, more convenient, and far more popular. Cat toys and enrichment. Cats' natural play mimics hunting, and toys that have long satisfied this instinct, from simple balls of yarn to today's interactive puzzle feeders and laser pointers. Enrichment is now recognized as vital for feline health, preventing boredom and behavioral issues. Cat cafes. The first cat cafe opened in Taipei in 1998, offering visitors a chance to relax with adoptable cats. The concept flourished in Japan and soon spread worldwide, combining social spaces with feline welfare and adoption advocacy. Kit Kat clock. Debuting in the early 1930s, the Kit Kat clock's wagging tail and rolling eyes became a cheerful symbol during the Great Depression. Its timeless design remains a beloved piece of American pop culture. Together, these inventions and cultural phenomena highlight the unique bond between humans and cats, a relationship shaped by practicality, creativity, and affection. From practical innovations like cat flaps and kitty litter to playful trends like cat cafes and iconic clocks, cats continue to inspire and enrich our lives in countless ways. Cats have always been trendsetters in pop culture, leaving their paw prints on everything from the silver screen to the internet. Here are some of the most iconic felines who've captured our imaginations. Felix the cat. Debuting in 1919, Felix was the first cartoon cat superstar. With his mischievous grin and surreal adventures, Felix became a global sensation, starring in cartoons, comic strips, and merchandise, and even inspiring jazz songs. Tom of Tom and Jerry. Since 1940, Tom's endless rivalry with Jerry the Mouse has entertained generations. Their slapstick antics made Tom one of animation's most recognizable cats, winning multiple Academy Awards along the way. Garfield. Created by Jim Davis in 1978, Garfield is the ultimate lasagna-loving, Monday-hating comic strip legend. His sarcastic humor and relatable personality have led to TV shows, movies, and a mountain of merchandise. Top Cat. Debuting in the 1960s, Top Cat is the street-smart leader of a gang of alley cats in the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, beloved for his cool attitude and clever schemes. Chessie. Chessie, the kitten mascot of the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway, became an icon of comfort and reliability in the 1930s. Her image graced ads, calendars, and even war bond posters, making her one of America's most recognizable advertising cats. Salem. Salem Saberhagen, the wisecracking black cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, became a fan favorite for his witty remarks and magical mischief, embodying the classic witch's familiar. Internet cats. In the digital age, cats rule the web. Viral sensations like Grumpy Cat, Nyan Cat, and Maru have inspired memes, merchandise, and even movies, proving that feline fame is timeless. Beyond characters, cats have inspired collectibles from figurines to clocks, and catvertising, using cats in ads, remains a surefire way to grab attention. Whether on TV, in movies, or all over your social feed, cats are truly pop culture royalty. Life with cats isn't always just about purrs and cuddles. There's a more complex side to their story, both historically and in the present day. Medieval persecution. In medieval Europe, cats, especially black ones, were sometimes linked to witches, heretics, and even the devil. By the 12th century, stories began to spread that associate cats with mysterious rituals, and statements by Pope Gregory IX contributed to these fears. This led to periods where cats faced suspicion and mistreatment, as people tried to protect themselves from what they saw as potential dangers. However, many people still loved and cared for their cats, and wild cats live freely alongside humans. Their nocturnal habits and independent nature, which made them elusive and mysterious, contributed to misunderstandings and superstition rather than outright dislike. Why cats behave this way? Cats are naturally crepuscular, meaning they are most active during dawn and dusk. This behavior likely evolved because it helped them hunt small prey when these animals are also active. Their independence and tendency to roam at night can make them seem secretive or aloof, which historically made them easy targets for superstition. Environmental impact. Cats that spend time outdoors often display their natural hunting instincts, which is a normal part of their behavior. Even well-fed cats may occasionally catch small animals, more out of curiosity or play than hunger. While cats do interact with local wildlife, the extent of their impact can vary depending on the environment. In some sensitive areas like certain islands, outdoor cats have had more noticeable effects on native species. Because of this, many conservationists suggest keeping cats indoors or supervised to help protect local wildlife and maintain a healthy balance. Why cats hunt. Cats are natural predators with keen senses and agility designed for hunting. Their hunting behavior is largely instinctive, a trait inherited from their wild ancestors. Even when well fed, cats may hunt to satisfy their natural drive to play or to hone their skills. Overpopulation. Urbanization has led to large populations of stray and feral cats in many cities. These cats often face challenges like disease, injury, and limited food, while also impacting local wildlife. Programs such as spaying, neutering, and trap-neuter return, or TNR, help manage these populations humanely, improving the welfare of cats and reducing pressure on the environment. Pet food scandals. Cats have also faced challenges as pets. In the 1970s, some commercial cat foods lacked essential nutrients like taurine, which caused health problems such as blindness and heart disease. These issues led to improved regulations and nutrition standards, making modern cat food much safer and healthier. Despite centuries of superstition, ecological controversy, and urban challenges, cats have shown remarkable resilience and adaptability. Their story is not only one of companionship, but also survival and complexity, reflecting their unique place in human history and the natural world. Cats have quietly shaped human history for thousands of years, leaving an unmistakable paw print on our culture, creativity, and daily lives. From their early role as skilled mousers protecting ancient grain stores, they earned indispensable places on farms, ships, and even government buildings like the U.S. Postal Service. But their influence goes far beyond pest control. Cats have inspired artists and writers throughout the ages. Revered in ancient Egyptian art and mythology, immortalized in Renaissance paintings by Leonardo da Vinci, and featured in timeless stories from Puss in Boots to the Cheshire Cat and T.S. Eliot's Old Possum Book of Practical Cats. In literature, cats symbolize mystery, independence, and wit, captivating readers across centuries. Musicians have also found inspiration in their feline companions, from Chopin's Cat Waltz to jazz, rock, and iconic album covers that channel a cat's cool mystique. In pop culture, beyond the well-known cartoon cats like Felix, Tom, Garfield, and others, Disney's Lady and the Tramp introduced the mischievous Siamese cat Cy and Am, whose catchy Siamese cat song remains a memorable moment showcasing feline playfulness in animation. Other beloved feline figures include Disney's The Aristocats, with characters like Duchess and Thomas O'Malley, who have become icons inspiring merchandise, music, and theme park attractions. Even our language and advertising are full of feline references. Think Cool Cat, Scaredy Cat, and the enduring popularity of cat-themed ads and collectibles. Whether curled up in our laps, starring in viral videos like Grumpy Cat and Nyan Cat, or inspiring art and music, cats have comforted us, sparked creativity, and become lasting symbols of independence and affection. From ancient temples to modern memes, cats have left an indelible mark on history and on our hearts. Their story is woven into our own, a timeless reminder of the special bond between humans and these remarkable, resilient companions. Cats have long been cherished companions to some of history's most influential and creative minds, leaving their paw prints not just on laps, but on legacies. Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was the first U.S. president known to keep cats in the White House. Secretary of State William Seward gifted him 2 kittens, Tabby and Dixie, who quickly became family favorites. Lincoln reportedly enjoyed their company so much that he once allowed Tabby to join him at the dinner table during important state occasions. He famously remarked that Dixie was smarter than some cabinet members and never talked back. a sentiment that perfectly captured his fondness for feline friends. Mark Twain. Mark Twain's love for cats was legendary. At times, he cared for nearly 20 cats at once, bestowing them with whimsical names like Beelzebub, Bambino, and Blatherskite. Twain's affection ran so deep that, when traveling, he would even rent cats to fill the void left by those left at home. His devotion was evident when Bambino went missing. Twain placed a $5 reward ad in a New York newspaper, an impressive sum for the time. Twain's sharp wit extended to his cats, once quipping, "If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve man, but it would deteriorate the cat." Modern celebrities. Today, stars like Taylor Swift, Ricky Gervais, and Ed Sheeran proudly share their lives and social media feeds with their beloved cats, some of who have become internet celebrities in their own right. From presidents to pop icons, cats continue to inspire, comfort, and captivate people across all walks of life. Whether curled up beside a world leader or starring in viral videos, cats have proven themselves to be timeless companions, reminding us that the human-feline bond is truly one for the ages. Cats have been leaving their paw prints on history, sometimes literally. From ancient times to today, they've been curious companions, mischief makers, and all-around legends. So what's your favorite cat myth, breed, or pop culture moment? Got a cool vintage cat collectible or a story about a feline hero? Drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip through cat history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time on The Past Was a Blast, where the past is always perfect and every episode is the cat's meow. Thanks for watching.